Hello folks, welcome to OTD, also known as On the Deck, where you can get all the sports you need in 10 minutes. My name is Adam Orduna. This is my mom, Gina.
He is the journalist.
She's the enthusiast.
She is enthusiastic because it's Throwback Thursday.
It is Throwback Thursday. I'm wearing my Rockaware gear from way back in the day. That's a Jay-Z brand of clothing.
Jigga Man back in the day.
Yeah, Rockaware, Rock Nation. That is his brand, his clothing line, and so I'm throwing it back to Rockaware days. I think he still has it going on, actually.
That's an old
this
t-shirt,
is an
though.
old school shirt,
It is.
Rockaware. So what do you got going on here?
This was a radio station I helped build from the ground up in
Yes.
Omaha, Nebraska. Hip-hop and R&B urban station, Hot 107.7,
Yeah.
97.3. This was one of our first swag jerseys.
Yeah.
We called ourselves the All-Stars.
The All-Stars. That's
so I had to
awesome.
bring this out today. And it was, we had football jerseys and baseball jerseys, you know, so it's
that
football
baseball
season.
jersey is awesome.
That baseball,
Yeah.
it is too.
Well,
So, got us.
speaking of baseball, we're going to talk about the Cleveland Indians right now, as they are literally the hottest team
Burn
in
it
baseball
up
right
baseball
now.
right now.
21-game winning streak right
Crazy.
now. They are just unstoppable. Their bats are hot. The pitchers are hot. The defense is hot. They are
Defense
just
is hot.
literally picking up right where they left off last season as they played in the World Series, losing to the Chicago Cubs. But they could have very easily won that series. And right now, they're just looking
Well,
great.
there's everything to like about Cleveland Indians except for their logo.
Right.
That camo
Exactly.
still has to go. I don't care.
Obviously,
But, you know,
that doesn't look
to
good.
put it in
yeah.
perspective, if you've got a team on a 10 or 11 game winning streak, they're making news. These guys have won 21 straight games, and they don't look like they're going to stop.
Right.
So, good job, Cleveland.
Cleveland,
Good job.
hey, and
you need something.
Right now, the wild card race for the MLB is very tight within the American League.
It is.
There's
The
about
Royals are right in there.
5 or 6 teams that are within 2 to 3 games within clinching that spot. So we're going to keep our eye on both of those, the wild card race and the Cleveland Indians.
That's a phenomenal record.
It
Just
is.
keep going, guys.
Right. Well, also, speaking of streaks or numbers or hot things, I guess you could talk about, we're going to talk about Kobe Bryant and his 2 numbers that are going to be retired at the Staples Center for that
Mamba.
great organization of the Lakers with Magic Johnson now taking over. He is going to revitalize all of that city and everything. It's been Clippers Nation for the last, you know, I don't know, 10 years maybe, and now it's going to be Laker Nation again. Obviously, everyone is excited about Lonzo Ball. Lonzo, exactly. Well, he's always in the headlines, so
whatever.
But Lonzo was now there. They picked up a couple guys in the offseason, but this headline is speaking with Kobe Bryant. This is a 18-time All-Star, 11-time All-NBA team member. He has got 5 championships, and he is a 2-time Finals MVP. That resume right there speaks for itself in so many ways.
I actually get choked up when you talk about Kobe Bryant. I'm literally sitting here listening to you talk. I've never met him. I don't know him. But I just feel this personal, like I'm a stalker fan now, personal connection to Kobe Bryant. I just love the Black Mamba.
Yeah.
I'm such a big fan. He's so articulate, intelligent.
Right.
He's actually artistic.
Yes.
And he did the game the right way.
Right.
And I'm so proud of him. He wore 2 different numbers, and they're retiring both of those numbers.
Both of those. He wore number 8 from 96 to 2006, and then he wore 24 from 2006 to 2016.
When he retired, we were up here, go watch the show. We did a whole thing on Kobe.
Oh my gosh.
I darn near cried. He went out on a 60-point game.
Yes.
Congratulations, Kobe. You deserve it. Every number you've ever worn should be retired. Back to Biddy Ball.
Exactly.
You wore number 2 in Biddy Ball. Somebody should be retiring that number. I'm just really happy for him.
I guess the theme for our show is numbers, because that's where we just talked about the Indians' 21-game win streak. We just talked about Kobe Bryant and his 2 numbers. Well, the big headline for us for the most part is the quarterback controversy down in Houston, Texas. And the old saying is, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterback.
Right.
And that's kind of where we're at right now when it comes to the Texans and what's going on down there. Bill O'Brien, a lot of respect for him. Hard-nosed coach, has been through a lot in his life and through the football rankings, being an assistant coach with New England, being the head coach at Penn State.
And he took over. Y'all remember when Bill took over Penn State.
Yes.
That was right after the Sandusky and Joe
all
Paul. That
scandal
nobody
there.
wanted to touch it with the 10-foot pole.
Right.
And Bill O'Brien stepped up and took that job.
Yes, he did. And he did a really good job of
the best job you could in that situation.
Trying to make sure that that program doesn't completely
fall apart.
Yeah, and he just tried to right the ship as best as he could. He got let go from Penn State because they just didn't feel like he was
stupid.
The right guy for the job, and now he's the head coach for Houston, and he's been there for a couple years now. He's also trying to revitalize that franchise. They made it to the playoffs last year. They're sort of the favorite in their division out of the AFC South.
Both picked them.
They have a lot of potential, and with Deshaun Watson being drafted, they moved up high in the draft in the first round
next year's
to make sure that they go up and get him, Deshaun Watson, knowing that they have Tom Savage, who's a vet. He's been there. He came out of Pitt. Pretty good college quarterback, has kind of been a second, third team guy, but has been with the Texans since Bill O'Brien's been there. So there's good rapport there. But what is going on is that you're kind of getting a split locker room with who's really the quarterback, who should take over from here on out. What are your thoughts here as we're kind of looking at this situation with the two quarterback battle down there in Houston?
Well, I've got so many thoughts about it, because everybody knows I was a Houston Oilers fan growing up, and then the Oilers became the Titans, and then Houston got the Texans. So this is really a team I love.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. It's that you have a guy that you've named your starter all summers, OTAs, you had camp, you had the preseason, and you say, Tom Savage is my guy. Well, he goes in, and everyone was shocked last week that the Jaguars came to Houston and embarrassed them the way that they did.
Right.
But the line didn't hold up. They had 11 sacks that game.
Correct.
And your younger brother, my son, plays on the O-line.
Yeah.
That's a tough spot. But if the
is.
line doesn't hold up, you're not going to win.
Right.
So I'm on the fence here. I want Deshaun Watson to lead the Texans.
Yes.
I want him to be the starter. I believe he's the future of that franchise.
Yeah.
But when he hasn't been running with the ones, you've had him behind the twos the whole time. You've got a suspect offensive line, and you've gone with Tom Savage. Why would you say, well, he screwed up the first half, and then first half, the first game when the line broke down.
Right.
Why would you then all of a sudden say, all right, Deshaun, you're in the fire?
Right.
I don't love this decision, Adam, to be honest with you. I'm very nervous about it.
Yep.
I'm nervous for Deshaun.
Yep.
I don't think it's actually fair to Tom Savage.
I agree.
And it makes me, I hate to say it, question Bill O'Brien's decision
making.
Well,
and Bill O'Brien has been kind of noted of being really hard on quarterbacks, even though he knows offense, he knows how to sort of develop players, but for the most part, he's really hard on his quarterbacks.
Very.
He has been in these situations before where he has not handled the quarterback situation very well. And so this is an interesting situation down there in Houston.
Well, and what my final thought on that is, I do want to see Deshaun Watson, but at this point, you named Tom Savage your starter, you're going to have to live and die with him. You got to give him 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
And you get 4 or 5 games in, and I know you're worried about ruining the playoffs, but this is a guy you said you were going with. You got to go with the guy you brought.
Right.
You got to dance with the girl you brought to the party.
Right. Otherwise, you just go with Deshaun Watson and then you don't look back. And you just say, hey, we're going to ride this out.
Right.
You don't do a Jared Goff. All right, week 9, we're going to throw you in there with the Los Angeles Rams when your season's already done, and then try to say, hey, all right, rookie, go save us. You either start with the rookie or you just let him sit and you move on from there.
Well, speaking of rookies and veterans, we've got a quarterback here, Alex Smith, who someone asked a question and they said, hey, Alex Smith, do you think this is your last season with the Chiefs? Do you think you'll get replaced? He said, I absolutely do. But then he went on to say, I've always felt that way since San Francisco.
Right.
I think he's basically saying, I know I always have to be on my best or someone's coming behind me.
Yeah.
I don't think that means he thinks he's just getting kicked out the door.
No.
I think he's pushing himself.
And I think that's a great mentality to have. It just lets you know that he's never settling.
Right.
He's always worrying about someone coming after him, and that makes him work harder. And I think that's a great mentality to have. People here in the franchise at Kansas City love Alex Smith. He's a great leader. He's a great quarterback. He just has to continue to do what he's doing. I think he's going to have a great year. But to the point of what I was just talking about with Houston, look, Alex Smith is the starting quarterback. He's done nothing to lose his job.
I agree.
He's the leader. He's got the locker room. Patrick Mahomes is the future. But for right now, Alex Smith has to take over and lead us as far and as deep and as possible as he can.
Exactly. Let's get that.
With that, and speaking of the Chiefs, there's a huge game this weekend.
Right.
We've got the Philadelphia Eagles coming to town, and that's Andy Reid's old team. Yes, and Doug Peterson, our former OC, is the head coach there. There's a lot of
it's like
crossover. Yeah, exactly. A lot of crossover there. So that's going to be a big game. I'm excited for that. Chiefs.
Do we want to do a quick round?
Yeah, let's just talk about some of the games that are taking place this weekend.
Well, I'll read them and you say them. So Texans and Bengals tonight on Thursday. Who do you got?
Yeah, I am going to go with the Texans, actually. I do think they've got a lot to prove here, so I'm going to go with the Texans.
Unfortunately, I have to pick against them. I'm going Bengals.
Okay.
Eagles at Chiefs?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Chiefs 2. Titans at Jags?
I think the Jags are going to get this one.
I agree with you. I think the Jags have some to offer. Cowboys at Broncos. The air is thin up there.
Yeah, the air's thin up there, and Denver's a tough place to play, and I'm actually going to go with Denver.
I'm going to go with Denver, too.
Okay.
Packers and Falcons in the new Falcon Stadium.
Yeah, I think this is a rematch. This is a rematch of the NFC Championship game. I think the Falcons are going to have a lot of excitement and stuff going on, but because of that, I do think they could get distracted early, so I'm going to go with the Packers.
Packers, too. And last game, Vikings at Steelers.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough game for both teams, but I think the Steelers right now have a lot to prove after they barely squeaked past the Browns. And the Vikings, I think, are going to have a tough road game. So
I think it's hard to beat the Steelers at home. Go Steelers.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a great weekend of football. We've got college football kicking off tonight as well. We're just going to continue to be tuned in and watching everybody, as we always do. So,
and don't you have some Twitter polls? We got stuff
we got some more Twitter polls going on. We appreciate everyone that did vote and checked out our episodes via Twitter. And so I want to say just continue to follow us on all of our social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you again, folks. Thanks for watching.